So let's talk about bipartisanship in Congress. So you're hearing a lot about bipartisanship, and you're hearing President Biden saying he wants to make this infrastructure bill bipartisan, and Senator Manchin saying that we should have these bills go through in a bipartisan fashion. And so yesterday, you had the voter rights bill, a cloture vote for the voter rights bill. And what that means, in order to move forward with a debate on this voter rights bill, you have to get through a cloture vote. And so we saw the vote yesterday. This vote was in the Senate. You had 50 Democrats vote for this cloture vote. So these Democrats were willing and open to have a debate, to discuss this voter rights bill. And then you had 50 votes coming from the Republicans against the cloture vote, against moving forward with a debate on this voter rights bill. And so, of course, this bill is going nowhere, not in its current state, because Republicans don't even want to open up a debate on a voter rights bill. So now you have to ask yourself, are the Democrats and Republicans ever going to get along? Are we ever going to see a bipartisan bill go through Congress again? Because if you are not even at a state where you can open up a debate just to talk about a bill, then you'll never get anywhere. We're not talking about voting on the bill. We're just talking about opening up a debate. We're just talking about having politicians do their job. Their job is to negotiate. Their job is to debate the issues. But if you can't even get to that point, you're not gonna get anywhere. And so we've been talking about this bipartisanship. We want to make everything bipartisan. And you hear Senator Manchin, he came out just lately talking about his plan, his voter rights bill. We can't even have politicians come to the floor and debate and try to figure out which voter rights bill to go with. Or just vote it down if they don't want to move forward with the voter rights bill. And so this wasn't a shock. This vote that happened yesterday was not a shock. It was already known. Senator McConnell had already indicated that it's going nowhere because there will not be any support from Republicans. And he was right. And he is the minority leader right now. And he has already indicated that he is not going to do anything that President Biden wants to do. President Biden's agenda is off the table. And so now we have a big problem. Because, of course, President Biden, the White House, they want to get something done in these first couple of years. Because if they don't, now we face a midterm election where power can shift. The House can go back to the Republicans. The Senate can go back to the Republicans. And if just one of the chambers goes back to the Republicans, then nothing will get done. And when I say nothing, I mean completely, no reconciliation, nothing will get done. And so I'm hoping, just for the sake of the American people, because that's what it's about. When we're hearing Senator McConnell say President Biden's agenda is off limits, that's going to hurt the American people. Because some of the things that President Biden wants to get done could help the American people. And so by Mitch McConnell saying he's not going to do anything to help President Biden, he's saying he's not going to do anything to help the American people. Now, you might not agree with everything that President Biden wants to do, everything that's on his agenda, but you might be able to pick different things and say, you know what, that would be nice, or this would be nice. But we will never have an opportunity to see that if we leave it up to Mitch McConnell. And so now we're looking at this bipartisanship in its reality. There is no bipartisanship. There are very minimal bills that will go through, and we've seen a few in this administration that have gone through in a bipartisan fashion. Minimal. But when it comes down to some of the big topics, like the infrastructure bill, Like this first stimulus package that went through, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. We're not looking at any type of bipartisanship. They're talking about the American Families Plan, which would be the second infrastructure bill. There's no support coming from Republicans when it comes to any of those bills. And so President Biden still has reconciliation. This is something that he could put forward and get it passed with just a majority vote, which means that you would need 50 votes from the Democrats and then have Vice President Kamala Harris as the tiebreaker. But that's it. That's the only thing that they have at this point. You still have senators talking right now about this infrastructure bill, wanting to make it bipartisan. They're saying they have the votes right now. They have support. But guess what? We don't know how they're going to pay for it. And the things that they've put out so far as how to pay for it, it's not going to work. The White House has already indicated they are not for that. Democratic Congress people are saying they are not for these pay-fors, this mileage tax, this increase of the gas tax. They're not for any of this. And so we have a serious problem on how to pay for it, so it's not going to go anywhere. And so I told you yesterday would be a big day because we got to see exactly the strategy that's coming from Republican senators. And that strategy is we're not moving forward with anything. And if you threaten to move forward with something, then we will filibuster. That's it. That's where we are. As a country, we can't move forward to help the American people because one side doesn't want to move forward. And it doesn't mean that they don't want to get anything done. They just don't want President Biden to get anything done. Because the reality is, if President Biden doesn't get anything done, then guess what? He will suffer consequences. Democrats will suffer consequences. And the hope is that Republicans can come in, take some of those seats. Mitch McConnell can become majority leader of the Senate again. And then maybe you'll have a new Speaker of the House. And then they can start moving forward with their agenda. And then guess what? Democrats are going to do the same thing that Republicans are doing right now. They're going to come out against everything that the Republicans want to do. And so we're playing this game, and the only people that are getting hurt are the American people because nothing's getting done. You're actually voting for people to represent you, and those people are not able to represent you because you have gridlock. So I want to know what you guys think. This is just my thought. So let me know your thoughts below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.